In this video, I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide on how to land your first job in Canada. If you follow this step, you will definitely land your first job in short time, even in this difficult upmarket period. My name is Ebere. I'm a housing administrator based in Ontario, Canada. I migrated to Canada as an international student. After several months of looking for a job and getting rejection, I sat back and said, there is something that I'm missing, I'm not getting right. Then I think back and change my strategy, and within few weeks, I was able to land my first job. And shortly before then, after a month, I landed my second job. And before I would know it, after 2 months, I landed my first professional job. And immediately I finished my program, I was able to land my full-time permanent job as a housing administrator. So if you follow the steps I'm going to show you in this video, you will definitely land your job without wasting so much time. The first step in landing a good job or landing your first job in Canada is have a resume. I will say have a good resume. Now, a good resume doesn't mean that your resume will be so fine, you will make it look the format, look very nice and neat and everything. No. What you need in your resume is let your resume be simple and detailed. Make your resume simple and detailed. If you have a very simple and detailed resume that outline your experience, what you have done in the past in your previous job, and try to tailor it to the particular job you are looking for, then outline all your strengths, outline all your skills, outline all the work experience that you have, even if from your home country. By the time you outline everything in your resume and making everything detailed, the recruiter will be attracted to your resume. Now, detail your resume to your work experience. Look at what you did in your past work experience, where you are coming from, in your home country or wherever you have worked for. Even if you have not worked before, in your school you have projects that you have done. You can fine-tune those projects to be like a work experience. Like one of the things that I did when I was searching for a job, one of the projects that I did in my school, my professor gave me a project to do, and after doing that project, I was able to put it in my resume as a work experience that I have gathered. Like during this project, I was able to acquire these skills and knowledge, and this was the strategy that I used to execute that project. And I put it there, and my recruiter, people see it, I said, yes, this person knows what he's doing or knows what she is doing. So you have to like detail your skills, detail your experience, detail the work that you have done in the past in your resume. Bring them out, just like putting your best foot forth to the person that is going to recruit. And when the recruiter sees that opportunity, when the recruiter sees these skills and this experience, they will be attracted to your resume and want to know more about you. Now remember, in your resume, you don't need to put unnecessary things, because most of us used to put unnecessary experience, unnecessary skills, unnecessary details that are not needed. You are going to tailor your resume in such a professional way that what you're going to put there is what is relevant to the job that you are looking for. Forget about all those things that people used to say, I love doing this, I love doing that, this is my hobby, this is my skills, this is my hobby, this is my talent. You're going to tailor your resume in such a way that is going to be relevant to the particular job that you're looking for. So what I advise people is that you have various types of resume. If you're looking for a manual job, you have resume for manual job. You are looking for a professional job, you have resume for professional job. You are looking for a skill job, you have resume for skill job. So look for all those jobs that you want, and then you may have like 3 or 4 resumes tailored in a particular way. Then any job you want to go and apply for, you looked at, this resume is for manual job, you use it. This resume is for skill job, you do this for administrative job. If you're able to change your resume, tailor it to a particular job that you are doing, now you will start getting call back from HR, and they want to pre-screen you and to get more information about you. After you have tailored your resume, then the next thing you're supposed to do is what? You start applying for job. You cannot just sit down and say, I want a job, and you're not doing anything. It doesn't work that way. So if you want a job, what you will definitely do is what? Start applying. go to Indeed, change your Indeed to your location, your city that you are living in, or the place you want to get a job. You change your resume to it. You can also go to there's another one, Simply Hired. You can also go to Simply Hired. Go to all those sites and look at, because Indeed and Simply Hired try to tailor jobs in a particular location. So they will tell you that jobs that are available in a particular location, and when you look at it, read the job description and try to look at the best resume to fit into it and start applying. Now at this point, I'm going to tell you that forget about ATS. What experience working as an administrator and working as also in operations in my current job position, I discovered that most times is the HR assistant that reviews all these resumes. When you send it to the company, they have a HR assistant that review it, check whether you meet up the criteria that they're looking for. You have the relevant skills, you have the relevant knowledge, you have the relevant experience to what they are looking for. And it's the HR assistant that's going to call and say, oh, I'm calling you to pre-screen you. You submitted your resume for so and so job. Okay, this is not an interview, but this is the first step in getting an interview for you. So if you pass this step, then we can invite you for an interview. It's the HR assistant that does it, but it's when you have already tailored your resume to exactly to that matched the things the experience they are looking for. Then when you start getting all those calls, so start applying. Go to websites of the companies that you have heard about them that are recruiting. Apply. Go to Indeed, go to Simply Hire and apply. When you apply to all those jobs, you will definitely get call back. Then they said a closed mouth is a closed destiny. Don't close your mouth. Make sure that you are telling people. Talk to your friends, talk to your family members, talk to everybody that you know around you that I'm looking for a job. I remember before I get my first job, after I have searched for a job and applied, I was not getting. I started talking to my friends that I need a job. Any job is any job. And because I was talking, somebody said, yes, I met somebody and this and that, and I was able to, in fact, that interview, I didn't even submit a CV because I just have the person's number. I called the person and it was over the phone interview that me and the person discussed, and the person was asking me questions. Before 5-10 minutes, the interview is gone. The person told me, okay, we are going to resume the next day. And that is how I started my first job. So open your mouth. Don't keep quiet. Don't say that I don't want to disturb anybody. Disturb people that you know. Disturb friends. Disturb neighbors. Disturb people. You never know in a position that in a company that they are recruiting. Somebody can say, oh, in my office they are looking for so and so person. You can bring your resume. You can come and submit your resume. You can send forth your resume. Just open your mouth and talk. Don't just keep quiet. This is another way to get a job. Another also thing you have to do in applying for a job is that when you look at when they posted there's a job fair going on, there's on the spot recruitment. Go to on the spot recruitment. I have seen people that got job, they heard that this company is recruiting on the spot, they went there and give them an interview and they were able to meet up the standard that the recruiter is looking for. The hiring manager hired them immediately. They call them back, okay, thank you for coming for interview, this is you can come tomorrow and do the formalities and resume. So when you hear that they are doing job fair, go, because then you'll be talking to recruiters, you're talking to companies directly. When you hear that, oh, they are going to do this place, they are recruiting people, they are doing a job fair, they are recruiting on the spot interview, go to those on the spot interview. When you go to all those on the spot interview, you may convince the manager, you may convince the recruiting manager, and you'll be the next person to get a job. Now, if you are trying all this one and you're not getting results, another thing I always encourage people to do, volunteer your skills. Now in Canada has various social services organizations that render services to people of all categories. Now go to those to check out in your areas, search them out and say, oh, where is the social services in my area? If you don't know, and if you know anyone, go to them and tell them that you want to volunteer your service. There are organizations that are also welcome volunteers. Apply to them that you want to work with them. Go and talk to the manager that you want to volunteer. And most of them, when you have volunteer, they're looking for volunteers because they are not being funded. They are non-profit organization. The government just give them some subventions to run the business or run the organization, and they need people to come and assist them do one or two things. So if you tell them that you have a time, you want to volunteer, 90% of the time they will accept you. And when you have that opportunity, when they have called you in to say, okay, come and start working, take that volunteering job seriously. You do it with everything, be on time, do it with your best of skill, have a good relationship with everybody, your manager, your supervisor, anybody, your co-workers. You try to build this kind of excellent work relationship with people. Now, if you're able to do all those things in that kind of area, because this is what they're going to put in your resume, then you can update your resume. Because when they're saying that this person doesn't even have a Canadian experience, you bring that one forth first and say, this particular one is what I did in so and so organization. No, I was a customer service representative of so and so organization in Canada, and I was able to, handle this and handle that. You put it there. The essence of this thing is that if you eventually apply for a job and they call you and they're asking you for a reference, now you will have reference. You have people that you're going to put as your reference. You have the supervisor that you work with in that volunteering organization to talk to say, oh, can you do my reference for me? You have people, you have managers that you can talk to and ask them, can you be I'm looking for a reference. And if these people doesn't know you, it will be difficult for them to reference you. But if you have worked with them, volunteered your skills and you reference them, and they will talk about you, because when they call them for interview, they are not asking them for anything. Know that your resume has already, or your interview, have passed your interview, but you just wanted somebody to tell them your work ethics. Because they will ask them, one of the questions they ask when they're calling people for a reference is that, how does he got along with other people? What about his attendance? Is he always punctual? That kind of a thing. How does he relate with people? How does he call his what about his communication skills? These are some of the things that they keep asking people. So that's what I'm saying, that when you volunteer, do the work. Don't just say it's a volunteer work. After all, they are not paying me. You go anytime. Take it as a serious job. Take it as your 9 to 5 job, and make sure that you do the job. Another step you're going to take if you're doing that job, start networking. Start talking to people. People come to those organizations, you don't know where they are working. Maybe they are working in various places, or they have worked in various places. They know people that work in various places. Tell them, oh, you volunteer here, or we are looking for a job, that kind of a thing. You wish to have a job that's going to pay you. You are just rendering your services for free. Keep networking with people. People will tell you that, oh, okay, maybe they go to this social organization. You may go to social places, talk to social. I know people that got job because they volunteered in a particular organization, and they have, people have known them, people have come to see them, people start telling them that, oh, this place are recruiting, go and submit your CV here, go and meet this social and so person, and that was how they was able to get a job. So these are the steps if you are looking for your first job. It's not something that you try to, like I said in my last video, that you can do a manual job to get your first Canadian job, and immediately you get your first Canadian job, the story ends. Because your first job, once you land your first job in Canada, getting any other job become easy. Immediately I landed my first job, I was able to get a second job, got a third job. Even as I'm talking to you now, I'm the one rejecting offers, because people call me and said, oh, if you're interested in this offer, can you let us know? I just look at the offer. I said, this is a part-time position. I need a full-time position that is salary scale is a particular scale. If it is not in that scale, I'm not interested. That's how the thing is. But you cannot just choose now that you have not gotten your life. Until you land your first job, you begin to choose. So if you follow these steps, I'm assuring you, definitely you will land your first job in Canada in few time. You just land your first job, and once you land your first job, you begin to get other jobs that you want. If you're getting value in this video, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it to your friends. When I say share it because you never know who this video can help. And if you need a copy of my CV that I've been used to getting so many jobs, you can comment on the comment section below and said CV. Then I will also send you the copy of that CV. I will see you in my next video. Till then.